fantastic.
Thank you so much. First of all, nice to meet you, David, and thanks for coming. Thank you for JACCC for supporting this movie and having me tonight. I really enjoyed making this movie, so I'm so happy to show you today.
I love the fact that you were so wise and steady throughout the movie until the end, and then you got to bring out your badassery, so to speak. So your character, the Elder, a rich history. It had the deepest history when it comes to all the characters in this. Wide range of experiences within the movie. So what it was like to bring that character to life for you in this movie?
Yeah, Elder has her own background and history, family drama, and own revenge story. That's one of the most important theme in the movie. So I had a little pressure, but I worked with the director David before, another David. When I read the script, I thought this is a great adaptation from the Japanese novel with a great international cast to show it to the world. So I was proud of myself to be a part of this movie. And just on set, I really enjoyed the collaboration with David, Brad, and all other casts. So I just follow the script and my instinct. That's it. I just really enjoyed on set.
It was great. And David, being David Leitch, wonderful director. And I love the blend of English and Japanese that you saw in this. In fact, I don't know if you caught it, even at the very beginning, Staying Alive was being sung in Japanese. That was like awesome. I gotta look that up. But the film, even though it took place on a train the entire time, it actually was shot in the Sonio studio lot, which is remarkable. It's amazing visual. So what was that like to be in the studio lot?
Yeah, they created a great set. Train and platform. We all felt like we are staying real station or get on the train or something. They've done a great job. It was the first movie after pandemic started and just before vaccination. So we were a little scared to, fight in a small train. But we had a COVID test 3 times a week. And then supporting each other, believing in each other. So those kind of things made a great teamwork, right? We should survive together, something like that. So before fighting the enemy, we fought against the COVID. And then we totally, succeed and then survived and then finished shooting on time. So it's unbelievable. And then now I can show you the movie. So happy about that.
I love that you brought that up because it never occurred to me that you shot this during COVID and the close proximity and the fact that it's so unpredictable that is one more hurdle that you have to go through in addition to all the martial arts. And speaking of the martial arts, you have performed martial arts throughout your entire life. And here you got to bring it out again and the sword play and stuff like that. That was fantastic. But how difficult was that with all the choreography and what you had to pull off?
Even we learn a lot of skills. Each project or each role has their own style, originality, and matching for the character, emotion, and the situation. So every time I'm like a debut feeling. So create from the bottom, and then put the idea together. Director, choreographer, stunt guys. It's like making the sandcastle on the beach. Everyone's saying a lot of ideas, and then like action kids working together, playing around. So so much fun. It was a great collaboration on set.
Fantastic. And another character I really enjoyed was the gentleman who played your son, Andrew Koji. He's known for his martial arts stunts as well. In fact, people out there might know him from the show Warrior. So what was it like working with him?
Yeah, it was easy to communicate. Somehow, the first I met him at the rehearsal, I felt like I know this boy a long time. I don't know why. And then he said he grown up with my movies, so he can feel easy, like, you know, I'm a father of him. So we started to call each other oyaji and musukoyo, father and son in Japanese. And yeah, we created great chemistry immediately. Then we started shooting for entire film from our scene, the hospital scene. That was the very first day for all of us. But when we shot, already we had a great chemistry, so we could use that, put into the film. I hope people feel they are a real father and son. I hope.
I thought that was wonderful. Didn't you? That was a great relationship. And I felt his pain too, his angst and his anguish too. So he was a very good actor. Of course, I have to ask you about Brad Pitt. He was great, and his one-liners were wonderful. What was it like for you to work with Brad Pitt?
Yeah, when I met him at the camera test, he was so friendly and gentle and very supportive for others. Of course, he's a producer as well, and director David and Brad had a great relationship in the past. So they're believing each other. We can feel they're enjoying to making a movie together. Those kind of things created a great atmosphere on set. So helpful for me. But he always tried to do or say different ways. Improvisation. Every take was so fresh. Means for me, every take so scared because I don't know what's coming next, right? And also he's always saying this interesting dialogue creation, right? So it was hard to not laughing. I had to keep my character, and then I have to react with my character. So that was so thrilled, scared, but also so much fun. I really enjoyed collaborating with him. And David Leitch used our ad-lib improvisation a lot in the movie. So before I started talking my own story, long time ago, blah, blah, blah. That was the only dialogue on script. And then I told you the story, and he said, no. What? It's quick. I don't care. Everything different said. He's saying it's hard to start my story. So I ignored. Here we go. And then all the crew laughing at that scene, and then director used that. Editor loves it. So I'm so happy. It wasn't waste my sweat.
Beautiful moment of improvisation that really worked well within the movie. I did love that. And I also love the fact that once you got going, he was engrossed. And he was like looking at you, and we all were engrossed in the story, so that was great. I think what is really wonderful, and I got his permission to say this, is that he is so busy in Hollywood these days that he has moved to Los Angeles. So he now lives here in LA. Coming from Tokyo, though, you grew up in Tokyo, correct?
Yeah, I grew up in Tokyo, and yeah, I was a child actor, like you said. When I was 5 years old, I started acting. But my first movie experience was my own movie at the studio screening room. So I never went to theater until And the first time I went to the theater as an audience, paid the money first time. Then I watched a lot of Hollywood movie, European movies, and then in all the big stars doing own stunts or singing, dancing, everything by themselves. And I felt, oh, this is the biggest service to the audience. So if I can continue acting in the future, I want to do everything by myself, I thought, when I was 10. Then where can I start training? And then finally, I joined to the Japan Action Club when I was 13 years old. And just training until I redebut when I was 17. Then, after that, I tried to do everything by myself. So, after 40 years old, yeah, almost 40 years old, that was my first experience in a Hollywood movie, in The Last Samurai, 20 years ago. At that time, I stayed in LA for the post-production because they had no supervisor for the Japanese culture. So I tried to check all the dialogues or background, CGI, everything. And then I spent 6 months together. Then, oh, this is a great thing to do in the future, I thought. Introduce our culture to the world correctly or something. Then I decided to move to LA. Yeah, because we have a language program or marketing program. So we felt the big wall between East and West at that time. But I thought, okay, if there is a wall, I want to break the wall in our generation and make a bridge for the next generation. That's gonna be my one of important mission, I thought. So then, if I stay in Japan, I cannot do that. Okay, let's go to LA. I moved here for 2005 when I was 44 years old. So almost like my second life started in LA.
Well, we are so happy to have you, and we congratulate you on a wonderful movie. And I love the fact that you are concerned about bringing these two cultures together and helping that manifest. And I think one big criticism with Hollywood was they've always basically ignored these Asian themes, Japan themes, Japanese American themes. So it's wonderful to see you help out with that and see your presence here. Ladies and gentlemen, Hiroyuki Sanada, thank you so much for coming out today. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it. Go tell your friends how wonderful this movie is.